because we want to cover some information about Black History Month. And when I speak of Black History Month, I'm not talking about just being racially Black. I'm talking about my ethnic group, those of us that descend from U.S. chattel slavery, the descendant of freemen. You know, my great grandfather on one side was a freeman, on the other side was my great grandfather was a freeman. Okay, and so we're talking about the accomplishments. Often you hear about when we rob a liquor store, hey, look what happened over here. But we want to let you know some of the good things, okay? Let's get into it, family. So I'm just reading the mail. This ain't meant to be offensive to anyone, like to make anybody feel bad. When people say stuff that happens, hey, this Black person did that. If it happened, okay, it happened. But when they do something bad, you got something say we're gonna speak when something good happens. So I got to speak on my history. And you're welcome, if you have any of your history, you're welcome to come up here and share it. Whether that be Irish, or it could be from Mexico, Jamaica, it could be from, I met people in Sweden, you let us know. So if we're going to talk about the losses, I'm also going to cover the gains, okay? Let us get into it when it comes to my history. Practical everyday devices that were invented by Black Americans. The light bulb, the light bulb, okay? You say, well, no, Thomas Edison created that. Not really. He worked for Thomas Edison, Lewis Latimer. The maximum lamp developed by Lewis Latimer in 1881. Okay, so he's on the patent. He's the one that keeps the light going. He's the one that created the thing. Matter of fact, lights that he created still light up today because they have a current that goes straight through them. Now they have light bulbs that go out because they want to make more money off of it. Huh? Let's talk about it. Lewis Latimer was his name. Black man. He was a descendant of slave. He dealt with cotton. You're going to find a lot of them dealt with farming. And that's how they learned to invent things, Black Americans, through farming. He would light cotton to see how it burns. So yes, he invented the modern light bulb. He also invented, Latimer patented a threaded wooded socket for light bulbs. Now, I don't know if he's the first one on this, but I know he did it. You know, it's being wood. I'm like, whoa, wood. But he did that, okay? So he did not invent the electric car, but I just want y'all to know that they had electric cars back there in that day. Some of the original vehicles were electric. You didn't know that, did you, huh? This is an actual charger here. But he invented the energy source for them to be charged. But yes, indeed. The Patterson Company invented some of the first modern cars too. It wasn't just the Ford company. A Black man named Patterson invented luxury cars. And even when it comes to Henry Ford, George Washington Carver helped him to develop the system of assembly line using farming techniques. You'll see pictures with them talking to each other. Now, the same person, now check this out. Lewis Latimer also holds patents on the telephone with Alexander Graham Bell Company. So every time it's something unique, we have hands in many of these things, Black Americans. While Alexander Graham Bell is credited with the first telephone patent, Latimer helped patent the telephone by providing Bell with blueprints, and you can't do it without blueprints, and application expertise to know how it would work, how to apply the concepts. Why would he know the concepts? Because he wrote a book. Huh? One of the first books on harnessing energy. Yes, indeed. So, and the reason I can talk to you right now over this internet, I can't think of the woman's name, the Black woman. She's still alive. Voice over protocol was created by her. Huh? Now let's see. Matt said, I thought we were going to talk about VA stuff. Yeah, but I go into, man, we're going to get into it. But in the beginning, I do cover a little Black history, then we move on. Most definitely. This is what I do during Black History Month. I'll show clips, but we're going to get into that. So it's no false flagging. I found read adjustments VA. Okay, Cornell Law website. Now, and they say, what she say? She say, we still talking about Black Fatigue Month. Well, you know, it's my history. Nobody's saying nothing about people running around football fields with flags from Nigeria. Nobody said nothing to the Nigerians. This is my history, so we just talk about it. And if you know anything about my channel, we talk about this all the time. But we hear out. Now, the thing is what you want to be able to say, whether I'm lying or not. If you get fatigued by the truth, you're gonna really go be in trouble. You're really gonna be in trouble. You know, I had to hear about George Washington all the time, and he sold the children that he violated to get for syrup, for molasses and rum. But we got to listen to it about him, right? Now listen, the first book on harnessing energy was written by him, covering the history of electric lighting, explaining the principles of electricity, describing and designing construction of electric lamps. Now, including advice for electricians and engineers. See, he said he's an electrician. Yeah, that's her. Let's see. We good. That's why we speak up. Now let us continue. I'm gonna do the ones that's on topic. Yeah. Now another thing he invented, one of the first air conditions, patented an early air condition in 1886. He was the first one, Lewis Latimer, to patent the first toilet for railroad cars in 1874. The first modern toilet, that one we use now, that ain't messy and stuff, was invented by another Black man, the modern toilet, but not Lewis Latimer. He did the first one. Okay. I need my AC. Yes, indeed. Now let's talk about technology. Like I said, we don't usually take but a few minutes, family. The personal computer. Now, I don't know why it haven't changed in sub-Saharan Africa, but they have technology down there. They have different places does. But here we go with the personal computer. The man that pretty much invented it, and other people have patents on it, was Dean Martin. He basically invented the personal computer, and there are other people that have some patents, but he's the one with the first color PC monitor, ISA bus, allowing external devices to connect to a computer. Invented that. First gigahertz chip. So the chip, you know, the processor, that's him. Led the team that created the first processor, microprocessor that could perform 1 billion calculations per second, and inventor of the IBM personal computer, holds 3 of the 9 original patents. Okay. And he ain't but 10 years older than me. Now let's deal with the GPS. Who invented that? The global, or what is it called? What GPS stand for? Global Positioning System. Here we go, right here. I'd make sure to thank Lewis Latimer in the hot Houston summer. Yeah, he made one of the first air conditioners. I don't know if he created the first air conditioner. I forget, but it's possible he made one first, of course. Now listen, Dr. Gladys West, another farmer, okay? She worked for the Navy. I don't think she was in the Navy. She met her husband. They were like, I think either mathematicians or something like that. And she developed development of the global positioning system, GPS, contributed to mathematical model of the Earth shape. So she's the one that helped get the Earth shape as far as with the lumps on it, not just a spear. Help harvest crops on her family's small farm in Virginia. She's from Virginia. Did you hear me? And we got we got brother in here, Poanlis. We almost done. We just going a little bit here. Smash that like button. We done, fam. Let's get to it. Smash